neither harm nor destroy in, it says, or my holy mountain, says Yahweh. Again, referring to an area like the holy mountain that he has risen up. So last time he preserved everything, he used a boat. This time, he's using a mountain on this earth, as you're going to realise soon. Keep going.
Isaiah 2:19, men will flee to the caves in the rocks and the holes in the ground from the dread of Yahweh and the splendour of his majesty when he rises to shake the earth. So that means if you're not in sync with God's law, or you haven't got a pure heart, you will have to.
Well, more than that,
will be
more
so
than that,
strong.
we've got people building things underground. You know, all those detention camps over in America.
That's right.
From one side of the earth to the other, they've got underground, deep underground military bases. I wonder how they will fare when he shakes the earth. And that's what he's going to do.
But a lot of people don't realise that when the earth shakes, so those things are going to cave in as well.
Cave in,
and our new ones will open.
That's right. And it says that, well, you can read that in verse 20.
20, in the day men will throw away to the renders and the bats.
Rodents, they're rats.
Okay.
Rats and bats, they're idols of
the silver and the idols of gold which they made to worship.
So we got a time here today when you've got the Rockefellers, the Rothschild and the banking cartel, the Federal Bank, the New World Order. They've got all the money and they make money to suit their own divine. But when this happens, $1 won't mean anything to them. They're going to throw them out because of what Yahweh says here. And he's going to destroy everything that they think they own and control. He goes on to...
But the best things in life is for free.
Yeah.
Love is for free, compassion, health is for free, so we just have to maintain it. So you can't buy that.
No. You want to read Habakkuk 2.
2:6 for those says Yahweh of hosts, once more in a little while I will shake the heaven and the earth and the sea and dry land. 7, and I will shake all nations, and they shall come to the desire of all nations, and I will fill this temple with glory, says Yahweh of hosts.
So here's another example confirming from another point in the Bible that he's going to shake both the heavens and the earth. How do you think they're going to fare up there in satellites and flying around Boeing 747? Do you think that'll be happening here?
Well, you know, lots of things are going to happen.
They won't be flying around when he's shaking both the heavens and the earth.
That's right.
All right, well, we better have a break. We're up to page 9.
Okay.
So we'll come back after.
Hello.
I'd just like to announce that the King has arrived and he's brought his Queen with him, and we'll introduce you shortly. Well, it's common knowledge that we're getting very close to what the Bible prophecy says, the last days, the time of the end. And we're talking about what the Bible says. We're not here to give you an opinion. We're not a rabbi or a preacher or a pastor. We just want to read from the good book what it does say. Now this might contradict some of the doctrines that you've been taught, whether you're Jewish or whether you're Christian. But all we can say is it's not our opinion. It is just what the good book says. Have you got any points to add to that?
We just have to let to be inspired by the divine work, and the truth will always resonate. So just have an open mind and we'll go from there.
Alright, well this is part 2, or it might be part 3, I've lost count. But I'll start and we'll just read from the good book. As we said before, we're taking the text from both the King James, the New King James, and the Strong's Stone's Hebrew Bible. We are now at, where were we? Isaiah. And this I've got...
Isaiah 4?
Yeah, verse 15. We put all the text on some paper so that we could read it without taking the time to go in and out of the Bible. In verse 15 it says, Yahweh will dry up the gulf of the Egyptian sea, and with a scorching wind he will sweep his hand over the Euphrates River. Yahweh will break it up into 7 streams so that men can cross over dry shod. Now, we're reading something that was going to happen the last day, so it looks as if whatever Yahweh has planned for the people, those that he's going to save, there will be a repeat of what happened when he saved Israel, where they crossed the Red Sea dry shod in their sandals. It goes, there will be a highway for the remnant of his people that is left from Assyria, and there was for Israel when they came up from Egypt. So it does say in verse 16 that it's a repeat of what happened back in Exodus.
Just like the universe repeats itself, history repeats itself. So we've got to look at history for where we go for the future.
Yeah, so whatever Yahweh, the Creator God, did before to save his people,
he'll do again.
He's going to do it again. That's what it looks like. Yeah. In Isaiah 4 it says, and it shall come to pass that he who is left in Zion and remains in Jerusalem will be called holy, everyone who is recorded amongst the living in Jerusalem. When Yahweh has washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion and purged the blood of the Jerusalem from her midst by the spirit of judgment and by the spirit of burning.
5. Then Yahweh will create above every dwelling place of Mount Zion, and above her assemblies, a cloud and smoke by day, and the shining pillar of the flaming fire by night.
Well, I just realized there that that is the way that he delivered the people back at Exodus, because there was a cloud in the day, and there was a pillar of fire by night. And if you remember the story of Exodus, when Pharaoh and the army were coming up behind the people before they crossed the Red Sea, that shining pillar of flaming fire moved from the front to the back and stopped the army from overtaking the people and allowed the people to cross over. So it is a repeat.
And it's also, it was a light because there was no electricity at the time, so they had to have vision and so they could see where they're going.
Yeah.
So we have to bear that in mind as well.
So you can read that next verse.
For over all the glory there will be a covering. 6. And there will be a turbulent for shade in the daytime, and from the heat for a place for the refuge, and for the shelter of the storm and rain.
Well, you know, that's a little bit contradictory to being in heaven, because here we're still on this earth, being protected by a cloud and a pillar of fire. We're still on this earth, and we've got to have a place to protect us from the elements, the rain and the sunshine.
Yeah.